There is a running gag in the opening sequence of the animated family sitcom Bob's Burgers, which shows the rental space neighboring the titular family restaurant being occupied by a new business each episode. This is thematically appropriate for the show, which is about the family of Bob Belcher, a struggling lower middle class entrepreneur with a barely surviving burger restaurant. The fact that their nearest neighbor seems to be its own little doomed commercial area gives you an idea of how precarious the Belcher family situation really is. But what type of stores are most prevalent in this opening sequence? Or in short, what topic holds the most potential for puns? This video will be focusing on the show's first 16 seasons. If this video is popular, I may make follow-up videos updating the list for each subsequent season. So please consider subscribing if you are interested in seeing that. For now, let's start with season 1. We begin with People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, which is a non-profit organization. I've classified Trott's All Natural Fertilizer as a garden center. Garden centers usually sells more than just fertilizer, but one of the stores next door's many reasons for failure is that they over-specialize. So for this and many of the other stores, I have simply had to classify them by where their insanely specific product would most likely be available at. While the store is often listed as for rent during the actual episodes, this is actually the only time in the show's first 16 seasons where the store is not currently in use during the opening sequence. I've listed the Horse Renderer as a specialty service, and Met I Can, STD Be Gone, Magnum GI Colonoscopies, and Chris's Brisses are all medical clinics. Synthesizer is a music shop. Extra Moist Yoga is a fitness center, and I've listed Attempted Crepe French Cooking School as education, which is a category that is going to include any sort of formal or recreational education, schools, classes, or courses. The Rocky Refuge Raccoon Sanctuary is another non-profit organization, and the Bass Drum Emporium is another music shop. For season 2, I'm introducing the category of super specialty stores. Now, almost all of these stores next door is on some level a super specialty store. As I said, that's part of what keeps them failing. But this category is for all the super specialty stores that does not neatly fit into any other categories. Uncle Marty's Breast Pumps and the Puka Pagoda, Puka Shell Warehouse, goes into this category. Hannibal's Dead Animals Taxidermy is a specialty service, and that's Improvable Improv Theater is an activity. Valley of the Doilies and Yes Wire Hangers can all be classified as home furnishing, which are functional and decorative items that are meant to be permanent parts of a home, including furniture and accessories. A fridge too far, used appliances, could be considered home furnishing, but I think that electronics are different enough to warrant their own category. Stickers for Men is a hobby shop, and I've sorted the Grindecologist coffee shop into the food and beverage category, which is a category that is going to include all types of bars, restaurants, and food stores. In season 3, Annie Get Your Gum, Colonial Baloney, and the Cane You Dig It, Candy Cane Outlet goes into the food and beverage section. The year-round Halloween store is a seasonal retailer, and the I'd Hit That Boxing Gym is a fitness center. I assume that simply the asbestos works with removing asbestos from homes, so that counts as a maintenance service. The Butt Stuff Underwear Outlet, Wigs, and Socks, and the Talk to the Hand Glove Store are all clothing stores. Does Your Face Hurt Beauty Supplies gets a category named after itself. And the Scroto-Rooter Vasectomy Clinic is a medical clinic. That's Adore Abel Doorbells. Kuka for Hookah and Miles of Vials are super specialty stores. I'm considering the Let's Scissor Collage Studio as an activity, and assuming that Sit and Spin Pottery actually lets you do what the name says, as opposed to just being a pottery store that's an activity too. Earth, Wind and Tires is a tire shop, which is very specific, I know, but is not the only tire shop on the list, and it felt weird to have two of them in the super specialty store category. Elliot's Smelly Bits Potpourri Shop and Our Carpets Match Our Drapes both go into home furnishing. Fern, Baby Fern, counts as a garden center, and Nothing But Notaries is legal help. While physical therapy can include massages, a massage is not always considered physical therapy. But I'm still going to classify the Masochist massages for men as physical therapy, because I'm not sure what else to do, and place it in the therapy category, which is going to include all forms of physical and mental therapy. And Break a Bear Teddy Bear Disposal is a recycling center. Season 4 has 2 tandem bike stores with Tandemonium and Unicycle Built for 2 tandem unicycles, which is my favorite of the 2 for making me imagine the practicality of a 2-seater bicycle with 1 wheel. Anyway, both these stores go into the new sporting goods category. Dr. Rangelove Stove Store and the Nightlight Zone are electronics stores. Betty's Machetes is a knife store and Nog Nog Who's There. And Johnny Razor's Totally Normal Candy Store are both food and beverage establishments. Don't Go There, the cautionary sign store, and Fire Distinguishers are super specialty stores. And the Wolf in Cheap Clothing, Discount Pet Apparel Store, the Tankin It to the Streets, Tank Top Shop, and North by Northwest are all clothing stores. Cats A Rising Star, Pet Improv, and Get a Loom, U2, Couples Weaving, are both activities. I suppose going to an art gallery could easily be considered an activity. But there's enough art galleries on this list to warrant putting Yada Yada Dada, the Jewish surrealist art gallery, into its own dedicated category. I'm pinning Carl's pre-owned indoor outhouses as furniture, so that goes into home furnishing alongside the Quilty as Charged quilt shop. Brazilian Air, currency exchange and waxing salon counts equally as a financial service and cosmetic treatment, so I'm giving both of those 1 point each for this one. Napoleon's Complexion, skincare for little people, is also cosmetic treatment, and Tire Ria is another tire shop. In Season 5, Gift Wrappers, Freestyle Gift Wrapping, is a specialty service. A wig can apparently be considered clothes, so that's where Flip Your Wig reversible hairpieces is going, alongside A Ton in the Oven, big and tall baby clothes, and Miracle on 34th Sheets, and Shelfies, pictures of shelves, are going into home furnishing. Rude A Bake Enning is food and beverage, and the 7-year itch, Couples Dermatology, is a medical clinic, which is also where I'm putting cat-like refluxes, the feline gastroenterologist, because a veterinary clinic is just a medical clinic for animals. Hermit crabs are used both as pets and food, so I'm not 100% sure where the I've Got Crabs Hermit Crab Emporium belongs, but I guess it is up to the buyer what they end up being used for, so I'm giving a point to each. Takes All Rinds Composting Center is obviously a recycling center, and You Can't Handle the Ruth Baseball Cards is a hobby shop. Baby Got Back Problems and A Site for Sore Ties are physical therapy. Lady and the Clamp, Hardware for Her, is obviously a hardware store, and both Cupid's Stupid, Divorce Attorneys, and Meet the Patents, Patent Attorney, goes under legal help. And Feel Like Making Glove is an activity where you can make your own gloves and mittens. For Season 6, The Outlet. Outlet is an electrical store. Resisting Arrest is sleep therapy, and Bloodbath and Beyond sell red bath products, which can be considered beauty supplies. Maxi Pads, Large Apartment Rentals, is a real estate agency. You're missing the point. Zeta is a very narrowly focused garden center. Bidets and Confused, Bidets for Beginners, sell plumbing supplies, and the Happily Ever Actor casting agency is a staffing and recruiting service. Escrow Zone, Escrow for Kids, is a very dumb financial service. The Little Shop of Hulas is sporting goods. Footloose Prosthetic Adjustments counts as a medical clinic. Granny Packs, Luggage for Seniors, is a super specialty store. I think therefore iJam goes under food and beverage, and The Way We Gör, Dog Trainers, is a specialty service. Don't Stop Bereaving, Grief Counseling, is a form of psychological therapy, while Nice Knockers and Don't Go Chasing Waterbeds are home furnishing. The Regret Me Not, Tattoo Parlor, and Get Off My Back tramp stamp removals are both considered cosmetic treatment, and a very funny juxtaposition. And for the 100th episode of the show, the 100-cent store is a variety store. In Season 7, That's What She Sawed is a hardware store, and the pair of Dice City, Dice Outlet, and So Average Needlepoint Supplies are hobby shops. The Sag Me to Hell Bra Boutique and Looks Like We're In for Nasty Leather are clothing stores. Waiter's Gonna Wait, Restaurant Supplies, is a commercial supply store and would be very convenient for Bob to have as a neighbor. Let's Give 'Em Stuffing to talk about, Stuffing Emporium, is a food store and would have been equally exciting to Bob to have as a neighbor, considering how much he loves making Thanksgiving turkey. Cindy Lauper Hairstyling goes under cosmetic treatment. You Can't Handle the Tooth Gland Hoe thyroid exams, and You Do the Meth Recovery Clinic are medical clinics. And Brush It Again, Sam Refurbished Toothbrushes, is a very specialized drugstore. Soft Serve Gentle Process Servers goes in the legal help category, and Balls to the Wall Handball Supply goes in sporting goods. Propane Accessories Dominatrix Supplies is both a King of the Hill reference and the only sex shop on this list. Batshit crazy. Lin-Manuel's verandas, Welcome Back Potter, are all home furnishing, while Soccer Mom Ladies Boxing Gym is a fitness center and a curd in the hand. Homemade cheeses is another food store. The Season 8 premiere episode has a title sequence featuring winning submissions from the Bob's Burgers fan art contest, with the animation for the entire episode also being based on designs from this contest. The intro to this episode therefore included multiple different stores drawn by the different artists. There's a whiter shade of pale ale, which is a pub, so food and beverage. The Guggenheim fan art gallery and the work of F-Art fan art gallery of course counts as art galleries. The 2B seems to be a hair salon, so it's possibly 2 bits, as in the old slogan shave and a haircut, 2 bits. It's cosmetic treatment in any case. Then there's the Blouse of the Rising Sun, New Orleans Apparel, which is a clothing store, and thus spoke Zarathustra, Bicycle Repair, which is a maintenance service. The rest of the episodes features normal intros. That Thong You Do, gloves actually, Shawl Me By Your Name, and Jeans of the Stone Age are clothing stores. Freddy Kugel Halloween Noodles, and Been There, Done That, Sell Food, and Plunger Games, Aggressive Toilet Tools goes under plumbing supplies. We lather together, family soaps can be catalogued as beauty supplies, while Don't Comb Around Here no more, Gifts for Bald Men, and Drastic Measures. Extra long tape measures are super specialty stores. Forget About It, Hard Drive Erasing, is a maintenance service. The Wizard of Gauze, New and Used Bandages, is a drugstore. Sleep Tight Small Mattresses is home furnishing. Cry Me a Sliver, Semi-Urgent Care, and Family Jowls, Cosmetic Surgery, are medical clinics. Damn, I Wish I Was Your Hoverboard is an electronics store. Not throwing away my pot sells recycled kitchenwares. And saunas can be considered physical therapy, so that's where I'm getting too old for this schwitz is going. Season 9 has Paul's Rice House, bleachers, platforms and stages, which is a specialty service, assuming those things are rented out. Manger Danger, baby-proofing, I Can't Believe It's Not Brother, DNA testing, and You Make My Seams Come True, tailoring and dream interpretation, are also specialty services. The lids are all tight storage containers, maybe a specialty service, but it's not clear if they are renting out or selling storage containers, which would then be home furnishing, so I'm just going to give 1 point to each. I'm also putting whole lot of shaker furniture going on. Those who candle candles and their rods must be drapey into home furnishing. We've always had Ferrets is a pet store. The Rare Itch Project and the Pelvis has left the building. Hip Replacement Clinic are medical clinics. Their Hjortaby Law, Maritime Lawyers, provides legal help. The Thesaurus Shop Store Market and Boutique is a super specialty store. Beverly Hills Cups goes in kitchenwares. Big Old Kitties, Senior Cat Adoption Agency, is probably a non-profit organization. Wait for it, Gym Equipment is sporting goods. And Doll Things Considered is a hobby shop. And then Plymouth Jock, old-timey athletic wear. You're the Man Now Dog, suits for dogs. If you don't glove me by now, Glove Emporium, Clothes Before Hose, gardening attire, and Gregorian Pants, monastic clothing, are all clothing stores. In Season 10, the Fromage Ineri Friends, Cheese Shop and North by Knockwurst Sausage Store are food stores. Wine Country Marriage Counseling, Let's Talk About Ex-Baby Divorce Counseling, and You Walk Into Me. Physical therapy are all different forms of therapy. Put the lotion in the masket. Day Spa is cosmetic treatment. Drag Me to Gel Hair Supplies are beauty supplies, and Cheese Gotta Have It, Tai Chi Studio, and Pumpin Patch Fitness are fitness centers. Penny for your tots daycare, and I only have rabbis for you. Rabbinical dating services are both specialty services, while the with great whisk comes great reward. Culinary classes are recreational education. Handkerchiefs. Machine washable toilet paper is apparently home furnishing since it's meant to be a permanent part of the household setup, and so is not safes for work, personal safes. Stop in the name of gloves. Hey, big suspender, a small price to pay. And Mirror Mirror on the Wool sequin sweaters are clothing stores. The Bloom is off the nose wart removal and purple vein varicose vein surgery are medical clinics. Hannah and Her Transistors is an electronics store. And Hey Now, where a rock store is a super specialty store, either because they sell rock music paraphernalia or clumps of minerals. In Season 11, Bend It Like Bedpan and the A Pimple Plan Acne Superstore are drugstores. Get On My Lawn and A Hose by Any Other Name are garden centers, and Loose Reed's Wind Instruments and Gong in 60 Seconds. Gongs and bells with no waiting are music shops. Someday Bloody Someday Gory Calendars is a super specialty store, and How Can You Mend a Broken Hearth? Fireplace Repair is a maintenance service. You may think that my so-called knife, the butter knife store, belongs in the knife store section, but even the store's title questions that idea. Instead, I think this is more a kitchenwares item, saving the knife store category for more serious equipment. The road, less graveled asphalt. Paving is a specialty service, and the Where the Sun Don't Shine tanning salon and sloppy toes pedicures are cosmetic treatment. Wreath of Khan themed wreaths where the filed things are, and Ain't That a Sham decorative pillowcases are all home furnishing, while Ode to Joy. Personal loans provide financial services. Say hello to my little French language school is education. Lionel Stitchy plastic surgeon is a medical clinic. How the West was spun, Woolen Western Wear is a clothing store. Yes Terry Positive Notary provides legal help. Billy's eyelash accessories are beauty supplies, and Potty like it's 1999 sells plumbing supplies. For season 12, you've lost that oven feeling. Kitchen appliance repair, remembrance of Ding's past, furniture repair, and Where the Broken Harps Go. Harp repair are all maintenance services. Classy for you ceramic supplies, and Color Me Dead, where you can paint your own tombstone, are hobby shops. Talcum in the middle is a drugstore, and It Had to Be You, wool clothing. That's what you said. And Take Me Out to the Ball Gown are clothing stores. Frolicles does not show up in any of the title sequences, but features heavily in the episode 7 Tween Again. It's a hair salon, so that's cosmetic treatment. Sips of the Father. Sippy Cups for Men is a super specialty store. White Paint Can't Dump is a paint recycling center. Stuff It is a stuffing superstore, which is food. It's a Wonderful Knife is a knife store. I Wanna Specs You Up is an optician, which is a specialty service. And Under the Tuscan Sponge, which sells Italian cleaning products, counts as home furnishing. My Little Pokey Acupuncture, a form of physical therapy, and Saved by the Yell is Scream Therapy. My Knives Are Up Here sells knife blocks, which is kitchenware. Takes one to mow one, I'm counting as a garden center. And Seriously Driving School is education. The Bob's Burgers movie does not feature the normal opening title sequence, but we can see the store next door a few times, and it's occupied by 2 different stores during the course of the movie. So You Think You Can Pants, Alterations, is a specialty service, and Sensu Wool, wool lingerie, is a clothing store. In season 13, which also alters the opening sequence by including an event from the movie, we have Tan in Real Life, which is a cosmetic treatment, Harrison's Cords Charger Store, which are electronics, and Dancing with My Shelves, a Quiet Lace Doyle's, and Sell Me Something Wood Unpainted Furniture, which are all home furnishing. All the Shingles Ladies Dermatology is a medical clinic. Glitch Please Computer Repair is a maintenance service. Here we are. Virtual Reality Arcade is an activity. If I Could Turn Back Crimes, Bail Bonds is a financial service. Doula, Ditty Ditty Dum Ditty, and American Typo Proofreaders are specialty services. The Hunger Frames goes under food and beverage, while Flaming of the Moo branding equipment. To Thrill a Mockingbird, Avant-Garde Birdhouses, and Are We Not Pens? We Are Stylo are super specialty stores. With a little hoop from my friends, mini basketball hoops, and a room with a Q billiard supplies are sporting goods, and Gloves actually is a clothing store, but also a repeat from season 8. Kinda incredible with so many episodes that they don't repeat their jokes more often, to be honest. The Lord of the Sinks joke shop is a hobby shop. For season 14, I Want You to Want Tea, What I Lick About You Lollipops, the Mighty Sauce Clones off-brand condiments, and the Quick and the Bread all go under food and beverage. Put in on the mitts are kitchenwares. Boomer bangs, middle-aged haircuts is cosmetic treatment. Boys to mend male tailors is a specialty service. The towering Interno tall temp service provides staffing and recruiting services. Bradley Cooper's Pooper Scoopers and Only Markers in the Building. The Magic Marker Outlet are super specialty stores. Eureka! Soaps and perfumes sell beauty supplies, and maybe Driver Driving School counts as education and a reference to a great movie. And then Bohemian, Hat City, Girdle, Interrupted, and Can You Sandal It are clothing stores. For season 15, America's Got Mallets, the Ooh That's Got a Squirt Water Pistol Emporium, and Who's the Moss Terrariums are super specialty stores. Young Weldon Welding School is education, abandoned trip, travel insurance is a financial service, Big Pimplin Dermatology and You Got Nerved. Neuropathy Center are medical clinics. The That's Not a Knife Fork store and Two Spoon Flatware are kitchenwares. The Pilates Kid, Pilates for Children, is a fitness center, and Gongs Baby Gongs, I Was Born, Fretty and This American 5 are music shops. I'm Still Sanding Woodworking Supplies is a hardware store. Nosferatu, pedicures for the elderly, provide cosmetic treatment. And Smells Like Teen Spirits, the Can't Hardly Wheat gluten-free superstore, and Pride and Prejudice go into the food and beverage category. 28 berets later. Give Fleece a Chance, Mid-Height Express, average-sized menswear, and The Boot Alist are all clothing stores. In season 16, Who Framed Roger's Rabbit, Pet Photography, and Floor Gone Conclusion, Flooring Removal are specialty services. It can be reasonable to assume that when a man loves a swimmin', sell more bathing equipment than just Speedos. So I'm putting it in sporting goods instead of clothing. You Lala Sheepskin accessories can be clothing, home furnishing, and anything else made of sheepskin really. So I'm just putting it as a super specialty store, along with Freaky Antiques and Tent of a Woman, feminine camping supplies. Over Your Dead Body, Estate Lawyers is legal help, and Flash in the Pants and Pants Labyrinth are clothing stores. The Shredding Planner, Guitar Solo Lessons is education, 5 easel pieces. Easel Repair is a maintenance service, and The Veneerness of You, dental veneers, and The Fetal Position, pediatric podiatrist, are medical clinics. The Slacker Barrel is a communal workspace, which could maybe do with being its own category, but I'm just going to put it in specialty services for now. Planks for Nothing is a hardware store, and the One Rattle After Another Baby Rattle Emporium is a super specialty store. So these are the final scores. It became pretty clear along the way that clothing stores would be the winning category, ending up with 39 out of the 306 total stores. Then comes home furnishing in second place with 27 stores, super specialty stores in third with 26, food and beverage in fourth with 25, and medical clinics in fifth place with a total of 23 different clinics in the opening credits sequence. If we want to get a little more specific, here's a list of the most used keywords in the store names after removing very general words like store and shop. I may make a follow-up video covering the stores in season 17 after that has aired, and possibly even one more for each subsequent season after that. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. And feel free to suggest changes to the current list, and I'll consider making those changes to the list at the start of the next video about these stores. I could also make a video about the other running jokes in the show, the different pest control trucks in the opening, and the different burgers of the day in the restaurant, but I'm not quite sure how to go about doing that. Ideas in the comments. Finally, I want to thank contributors to the Bob's Burgers wiki for making it easy to find a list and pictures of all the different stores next door, and you for watching. A like and a comment would be very appreciated. Have a lovely day.